Hey guys, my name is Camilla and welcome to the Dye-Free Baker. Today's video is a follow-up on my previous video where I mixed vibrant red royal icing using Supernatural's red from their holiday edition. So if you haven't watched that video, I will link it in the description down below. Make sure that you watch that video first and then you come back to this video and pick up where you left off. Today's video, I'm going to be creating red royal icing once again, but I'm going to be using one of my favorite brands to do that, and that brand is Prism Sugar Co. As a cookie decorator, this is the brand that I use most often, so I'm really excited to create red royal icing using their powder and show you that sometimes it takes a little bit of tweaking to get that desired red that you're looking for. I am not going to be showing you in this video how to mix the powder with the icing because I did that in the previous video, and so once again I encourage you to watch that first. But all I do is take the powder, mix it with a few drops of distilled water, and then add that into my icing. So let's skip straight ahead to where I have just mixed the powder and what it looks like, and then I'll be showing you what it looks like after 24 hours. This video did not save for some reason, so I've just posted a picture that you can see here what it looked like directly after mixing the icing. I used 1 cup of icing to 1 teaspoon of Prism Sugar Co. red powder. Yes, that is double the amount compared to what I use of the Supernatural red, but I'm trying to get it to a true red and show you how to troubleshoot and create that really deep, vibrant red. Okay, so just a reminder, this is the Prism Red that I have used to make this icing, and I want to also mention again that I used double the amount of this Prism Red than I did to the Supernatural powder. So I just wanted to point that out. This is what it looks like after having sat for 24 hours. So you will see it is a pretty deep shade, but it is a deep shade of pink. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix it because you'll see that there are some speckles that are present even though I did hydrate this. I mentioned before that some powders are prone to speckles and to clumping, and the red is one of them. It's not a problem. We're just going to stir this in and then we'll have a look where we're sitting with the color. We'll see once I've mixed it in now, it does look a little bit lighter than before I mixed it, before I mixed those speckles in. But if we allow it to sit for a minute, you'll see that it looks darker again. It's just because we're aerating it by mixing all of the powder in again. But this is definitely not the red that we are looking for, or that I'm looking for. And so I wanted more of a true red, and so I'm going to show you one of the ways that you can take this from this pink color to a more true red. Okay, in comes the yellow that I'm going to be using. So you will notice that the new labels of Prism, because as I mentioned before, Prism has bought out true color. And so when you buy it, you will most likely no longer see this true color logo anymore. It will be replaced with Prism Sugar Co. And you will notice that it also says no fade yellow. That is just one of the ranges, but it has got to do with the way that the turmeric is processed in there. And from the time that they created this until now, they have actually implemented this type of processing for all of their turmeric based colors, And so you most likely won't see no fade yellow anymore. You will just see yellow, or you will see bright yellow or bright orange instead of no fade orange. So that is just something to mention when it comes to the name, but it is the same product. Because this yellow is pretty bright, I'm not going to add a ton of it. See, the powder itself is pretty bright, so I'm going to use this little scoop that you get when you purchase these powders from Prism, but you'll see just how bright that is. Because this is a lot of icing, it is a whole cup, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 of these little scoops. This yellow can be really potent, so always just err on the side of caution when it comes to adding it. And again, I've got my distilled water over here. I'm just going to hydrate that just a teeny bit there. Clean off my spatula. Let's see if we zoom in, if that helps you guys see a bit better. I'm just doing my best to kind of hydrate this a little bit before mixing it in. The yellow is also prone to clumping, so that's something to mention. And now I'm just going to go ahead and mix that yellow into the icing. Okay, you will notice that there hasn't been a huge difference to the color. And I'm going to go ahead, the issue is, that this color, this yellow that I've put in, is again going to take time to develop. And so that's where experience comes in, because right after mixing this color yesterday, I would already have been able to tell you that it wasn't the right red, just based off of my experience with these powders before. But I know for a beginner it's going to be really hard to tell. So you can see it's still definitely leaning on the pink side. And so in addition to the yellow that I've added, I'm going to go ahead and add more red color. Yes, I'm going to be adding more of this Prism Red in here, just so that I can get it as close as possible to a true red and show you what it takes to be able to get that. So this is really a good troubleshooting video, so that you can learn, and you seeing right in front of your eyes the potential issues that you would be facing using these colors. Okay, I've been contemplating whether or not I'm adding another half a spoon, and I'm gonna go for it. Just based off of experience, I feel like this is not gonna get the true red that I'm looking for. Definitely not gonna get as deep as the Supernatural, which, to be honest, was actually a lot deeper than I wanted. It's very red. It was like a, I don't even know what kind of red I would describe it as, like a cherry red. So, and as I mentioned before, I actually usually use double the amount, but this is also a ton of icing, so I'm a lot happier with that, and I think we are going to leave this now for another 24 hours to develop. Hey guys, it has been 24 hours and I am back here with this color, this red color from Prism. Let's get straight into it and see what we have. So I will say that I was feeling that I'm maybe going a little bit crazy or losing my touch after not having the color that I wanted to yesterday. But I could not be happier with this color. So definitely adding more was the way to go. Just going to mix it in again. At this point you'll see it's a little bit softer. The consistency of the icing has been affected by the water that we added to hydrate the powder, but it's not so much that it should affect the way that your icing dries or anything like that. And there you go. That is literally the red that I was looking for. So I hope you saw once again how important it is to allow your colors to develop, especially when you're looking for that deep shade of red or any other color for that matter. I do also want to add that some people are afraid of oversaturating their colors when using natural colors, mostly because of color bleed, but also because of the taste of the icing. I want to encourage you to make sure that you are adding enough flavor to your icing to begin with. So if you are making a batch of icing with 2 pounds of powdered sugar, I always recommend adding at least 2 tablespoons of flavor, whether that be vanilla or any other flavor. That is going to help mask any flavor that you get from your plant-based icing. Often when the icing dries, very little, if any, of that flavor is left in the icing, even if it does smell like the fruits and vegetables that have been used to create that powder. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and once again, please share this video with a friend and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more dye-free decorating videos.